In our fourth lesson, we're going to be looking at Lioni's text, Tilly and the Wall. In this session, the primary purpose of looking at this writing is to assess how the characters work together to problem solve when there's an issue that's going on. Leo Lionni uses this tactic in many of his other books as well, but we see it here in this book, and for sake of time, we are only going to be looking at this text. So here we go. Here, the characters are trying to get over the wall or somehow pass through the other side. So here they say, "We must see the other side," she told her friends. "Let us try to climb." They tried, but as they climbed, the wall seemed higher and higher. So here the friends are working together to try to problem solve and to figure out how they're going to get to the other side. So in this example, we see that it takes sometimes more than one person to be able to solve an issue like this. So here they're working together, there's 3 of them. And sometimes we find out that when we try to solve a problem, that our first attempt doesn't always work. So here we see the mice friends working together here to try a different solution to get to the wall. So here they're trying to pierce the wall and knock it over. So here we even see one of them saying that it is only a question of patience, said Tilly. So they're even implying that we need to be patient sometimes when we're trying to solve a problem. So here we see that Tilly, she's the one who mentioned patience. She has a very good attitude about the wall, and she's suggesting here that, wow, after realizing how a worm climbs through the earth, that this might be a way for her to actually get to the other side of the wall. So she is starting to dig a hole, and here we see her digging a hole, and her friends are kind of looking at her a little strangely. But it seems to be working. Tilly is driving her little feet through the black dirt to the other side of the wall. And she made it through, and she found a whole bunch of other little mice on the other side, and they all welcomed her, and they were so happy she was there. So basically that is the premise of the story. So there are obviously a few more pages in the story, but most of all, it's the same points. So they have a problem, they try to solve it, sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes they need more people, sometimes they need to think by themselves, and either way, if one person solves a problem, everybody should be able to celebrate and be happy for that person. Also, because it gives way for other people to be able to do that same thing. So here we see that exemplified. So after we would read this story in class, what we would do is we would discuss as a group, what are some of the problems that we see happening at school or in our classroom. And we would make a list on the board of all the different problems that we see happening. And then from that point, we would go ahead and break up in groups of, let's say, 4 to 5 people for this activity. And we would go ahead and write down different ideas that we think could work. And then through the course of the week, what we would do is pick the different solutions to the problem and go ahead and try them out and see how they work in school. So that is the end of our fourth